It is primary day across America. Voters heading to the polls in 5 states for key Senate and gubernatorial races leading into the midterm elections. We've got boots on the ground bringing us the latest and best analysis right here on National Report. Speaking of those reports, let's go now to our correspondent Leonardo Feldman with a look at the primary races in North Carolina. Leo?
Today is primary day here in North Carolina, and there are a few Republican races to watch. Some are expected to be very competitive. According to polls for the GOP, U.S. Congressman Ted Budd is the frontrunner in the North Carolina U.S. Senate race. One of his biggest endorsements came from former President Donald Trump. Former North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory and former U.S. Representative Mark Walker are also in that race.
Oh, in the Senate race, probably McCrory. Yeah.
Tell me why.
Why? I don't know. I think he's had a good history, and he's not being directly supported by Trump, so that's helpful for me.
I won't tell you who I voted for, but I voted because we all have a duty to do so.
I'm voting for Mark Walker because, yeah, he's already proven himself. I know him personally. He's a great guy. I want him back in.
Well, I think that's such a radical form of change and actual indifference that I would really like to actually more so vote for people that bring people together.
Another big primary race to watch is the U.S. House District 11. Congressman Madison Cawthorn hopes to win the Republican nomination for his seat. Former President Donald Trump is telling voters to give him a second chance. This comes after Cawthorn's various scandals. Most recently, he was cited for possession of a loaded gun at Charlotte International. Cawthorn is in a crowded primary, but State Senator Chuck Edwards seems to be the second candidate making the most noise after receiving U.S. Senator Thom Tillis's endorsement. And the third race is GOP's 13th district. 26-year-old Bo Hines has former President Donald Trump's endorsement. Or Renee Elmers and Ken Kersey are also some of the other top contenders in that race. Polls close tonight at 7:30. Back to you.
All right, Leo Feldman, thank you very much for setting this up perfectly for our next guest. We're joined now by former governor of North Carolina Senate candidate Pat McCrory. Governor, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on today. Primary election day, how are you feeling?
We feel the momentum's coming our way. The last Meredith polling, which is the only North Carolina polling that's had polling in the last 3 weeks, had us down 32 to 25 with 31% undecided. 31% undecided. A lot of people don't even know there's an election because the North Carolina race has gotten so little publicity because everything's on Dr. Oz and celebrity in Pennsylvania. But this is the 9th largest state. We're seeing great momentum, not only with Republicans, but independents can vote in North Carolina. And independents outnumber both Republicans and Democrats in North Carolina. And we're seeing them vote at very high levels and also voting our way. So, and I think people are fed up that Ted Budd refused to debate in any of the 4 major statewide debates. And people don't like to vote for someone who's afraid to debate. Can you imagine Jesse Helms not debating for a Senate seat? It's just unheard of in North Carolina that Ted Budd would hide as much as Joe Biden did in his presidential election. It's not something we've never seen and cannot accept that you refuse to debate your opponents.
As you point out, Ted Budd did receive the endorsement of the former President Donald Trump. And as Leo was pointing out in his report, sometimes that can work against a candidate. Sometimes it can work in favor of a candidate. And those undecided voters, what would you tell them when it comes to where you sort of align with the former president's policies? Are you on board with what he stands for when it comes to a lot of the issues?
I was with almost all his policies. The only policy that I disagreed with was near the end of his administration when he started giving away all this free money after COVID. We started paying people more not to work than to work. And I saw that as a form of socialism. And both Republicans and Democrats voted for that, including Ted Budd. And I didn't like, I'm more fiscally conservative than former President Trump. And yet I'm being identified by a group called the Club for Growth, or as J.D. Vance says, the Club for Chinese Growth. They are sending out ads against me, calling me a rhino, which is kind of ironic because when I was governor, I was called a right-wing extremist, and now the Club for Chinese Growth is calling me a liberal rhino, which couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, I had all these protesters against me the whole time I was governor because of good conservative policy I was implementing. So I think we as Republicans are in a dangerous point right now in North Carolina, which is going to be a 50-50 race, where we start calling almost McCarthyism type of attacks toward conservatives like me, all of a sudden saying I'm not a conservative. And I think that's going to be a huge mistake. But
We've seen
momentum.
Sure. There's always, of course, name calling, as we've seen throughout these campaigns. I know you're no stranger to it, but we are going to watch. Of course, the results come in for North Carolina as voters head to the polls. Pat McCrory, thank you so much for coming on our program.
Thank you very much. God
bless. We do
bless.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's